A little more than a day south of Hobart and the vast Southern Ocean comes knocking. A fierce storm with winds exceeding 100 kilometres per hour and waves up to 10 metres high batters the ship, forcing it to change course. On a scientific expedition to better understand climate change, it's an early reminder of the potent energy of the oceans.
Well, this is just the beginning of what's forecast to be a much stronger storm, and really the winds are buffeting the ship and it's raining hard, and you get a sense of just how difficult it is to do science in this part of the world.
Among the 55 scientists on board, there's one for whom the storm is an opportunity to do research.
Well, the waves in the Southern Ocean are the fiercest on the planet, and they are very poorly understood. There are no measurements so far. And this opportunity, this voyage, will be the very first in its kind, producing quite a lot of data that will let us calibrate wave forecasting model so that they can operate in very extreme conditions, as you can probably experience here.
The following day, the storm abates. As the ship continues south, the air and sea fast become colder. The teams on board take samples and keep watch for wildlife, part of an effort to map the biodiversity and chemical makeup of the Southern Ocean. Early on the 6th day, we're greeted by sea ice. It starts as a thin crust, but within a few hours the ship's ice-breaking hull is put to good use, slicing a route through the frozen sea. For the last couple of hours we've been cutting our way through this pack ice which surrounds this part of Antarctica. As we go, we keep thumping into chunks of sea ice, causing the whole ship to groan and alter its course. A 12,000-ton ship, it's no mean feat. For a time, we're escorted by a pod of minke whales, which dive ahead of the ship's bow. In recent years, as the Earth has warmed, sea ice around Antarctica has been changing, and the scientists on board are concerned.
When you look at sea ice, like the material we're going through at the moment, when it turns over, you see a brown stain underneath. That's the algal film upon which so many organisms feed, and that's fundamental to the food web. So when you change sea ice, you change lots of other variables.
As we near the coast of Antarctica, we're forced to navigate around icebergs, some the size of a football pitch, others tens of kilometres long. Then finally, the dark, towering cliffs of the continent, whipped by freezing winds driven down from the high East Antarctic plateau. The expedition has reached the continent, but it's clear little of their planned scientific work can start until the weather improves. What's not clear is when that will be. Tarek, Bazley, Jazeera off East Antarctica.